What's up, guys? Been a little bit. Game 2 HLE versus KC. Did not watch the first game. Did not see any clips for this series. Didn't really watch the semifinals, so like I don't have, a complete background on how everything turned out other than Tess probably got destroyed by HLE. Now, draft-wise, like looking at the comps, full teams don't have like crazy pull, like crazy engage, like Leoar, Verisar. Yeah, we have this to like reach, but then you have Ezreal who's playing on the wave, so maybe that's not so bad. Plays just like an okay matchup in Aurora. Like, this is like okay, good. This is good. This is obviously, it's just a check mark because you have Skarner, and then this is definitely good into their champs. And they definitely have better kite. Like, if we're looking at the kite advantage, it goes to them versus them. So if you have to play back, you're going to lose. If you got to play forward, they can kite out better than you. If they want to play forward, it's not so nearly as bad. So overall, I'd say there's a draft advantage for HLE.
Through these camps so fast, and you don't really have to interact with them. So it's always the early pressure they able to put on because going through mid or through bot. They need to keep eyes on because shows up so early and can really swing these matches even with just throwing shield and Kawados. I can make lane difficult to place.
Yeah, and I do want to say that Peanut is one of the like 3 junglers that actually plays in LCK. He wasn't very popular. Even when he was being played all around the world quite a lot. Peanut was one of the guys that does sort of know how this champion works and can play a fair bit of basketball playing tree guy.
He was great at it, but he did play it.
Yeah, he was one of the first to pick up.
How are you feeling about the fact that this is actually Poke Varus as well? Like, Varus' damage is non-existent over on the HLE side. And you have Aurora, Poke Varus, and then R. But it's an Nate Lane situation. You can also actually with it wrong, right?
No, that's a great start. The list lost a bunch of HP. Now, I will say, Ezreal is pretty close to being the best. Ezreal's pretty much the best AD in the game. So, like, most versatile and everything. So he hits level 2 first. Wow, that's really rough.
There is a Zenith blade here from Targamas, as we did see the Vladdy went down relatively low. Decent trades, though, as you can see here. Targamas actually avoiding concussive blows.
They got two first, which is great. Oh, that was like...
Viper hitting that now without the hail of arrows, but isn't otherwise going to find too much.
I mean, he's trying to keep up his tempo stacks up, but like, yeah, he just kind of lost his HP, and he doesn't have heal. Like, they have heal. They have ignite, so they just took it, and yeah, that's kind of rough. Skarner's pathing up. Same with Ivor. That was terrible. I mean, I get what he's trying to do, because when he goes for these plays, like, so they get level 3, right? That's why he goes in. So you go in, you have W, obviously he tanks a turret, which is like the reason why it was bad. But the idea behind it is like, not the worst. So there's a mid gap, there's a top gap, and bot is even. It's very common for Iverns to play for the second Raptors. Like, very common. Obviously it's not going to be up for a little bit. Targon mid first, which is great. Man, that's the only thing. I don't know if his E's down. I don't know if his E is down. The W was like kind of obnoxious because they can't like commit yet. And I mean, like, it does relieve some pressure, but your Leo lose both sums, which is bad for bot lane. And he has TP. Like, it just gives you a breakout on mid, and that's it. So it didn't really accomplish exactly. And Aurora's like already pretty safe, typically, so it didn't really do too much. Oh. Oh my god. Boy, that could have been really bad. I mean, if you imagine if he gets hit by that Q, by the way, he's pretty close to dead. And yeah, as you can tell, he was able to soak the gank, so now the grubs are pretty much free for blue side, which is rough. You get nothing done on bot, because again, you dedicated your time onto top, or into mid. Now you're trying to do the drag, but like, they're back from the resets, so that didn't really do too much. Lost his flash. He lost double flash! Dude, he lost double flash? I mean, if your bot lane's also playing for base here, which, yeah, like, they're clearly playing for base, 54 CS, 2 whatever items, like, why were we on drag in the first place? Who knows? And I'm sure HLE knows that these guys have a heavy priority on doing drags, so like they're gonna be keen to these situations. Like Targus being on mid often, that's good. I mean, you definitely need to correct what's happening here. The only problem is you're putting so much time into that also your top lane is getting gapped really hard. And instead of Peanut progressing into his top camps, he just does the drag. And Ivern's not stealing anything on top side. So you're not stopping the Gnar from doing anything, you're not stealing any top camps. I mean, this is like terrible. Like, from a standpoint of like how you theorize like a win percentage, like you're just losing. Like there's nothing good happening on your side at all. And if the other team plays at peak level, you'll that's it. Like you'll just say the game's over. Like that's how bad this feels against the best teams at like the best teams in the world. That's how this will feel. So he lost 2 camps on his bot side. That's crazy. And it's also because he showed top. By showing top, it invited them to look here. And then the Vladdy wanted to base, so you lost the blue. Now you need to play for the Gromp. This guy's playing in your face. And he's still here messing with you. And the Aurora gets another push. Because you're... Dude, honestly, Wei needs to TP back mid. No? Like, I don't know if this spells up, but he needs to TP back. Because if the Aurora is leaning to this, he needs to shove this. He needs to pull the Aurora over so that he can help. But he's not doing it. So, because Vladdy's not doing anything here, like, Yikes is like, dude, you need to, like, please get the push? Nope, sorry, Aurora got the push again because you walked back. Now you have to give up the Gromp. And the crab spawns on bot side, so crab bot spawns, and your bot lane is just losing. So there this whole time where your bot lane is just trying to fight off. Bliss is also getting chunked. What the fuck was that? What was that? Huh? He thought he hit the E or the W to E, but also it's just awful to do this anyways. Like, what is this guy gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go in on this. Like, they have Verisar, they have Promar. Like, they're level 6. Like, this is just... This is like a win trade. This is like a win trade move, by the way. Just say, like, this is just so utterly bad of a blunder that it just makes you wonder, like, why did he do it? Wow. Wow, they completely ruined the game. Well, I mean, the game was already, like I said, from a standpoint of, like, if they play the best, HLE, like, they'll win. But boy, that was terrible. That was really bad. So now you're gonna what? You're gonna swap into this, but your Leo's still not 6, because she spent a lot of time on mid, compared to Braum. So Leo needs 6. Meanwhile, while you're trying to get this top priority and get things fixated, you know he's on the grubs. And Hui could just TP to a ward. And you know their bot lane is way behind on tempo. So why would you not walk over and stop this? Does he actually get all 3? Dude, what? How does he get all 3? That's on Yike. That's on Ezreal, on Leona, on Vladdy. That's on everyone. How does that happen? He literally got all 3? So they got 6 grubs and dragon. This is so over. And your Aatrox can't lane against this. I mean, you can't lane against Gnar, right? So swapping in many ways is ideal for them. And they should keep the lanes, actually. Like, your Aatrox is doing nothing. Like, you're just gonna steadily lose the game at this point. But we're gonna match? Oh man, I don't even know if they should be matching like this. But actually, no, they do need to match. Oh my god. They have to match because it's 6 grubs. If they don't match, they will lose the turret instantly. And then they'll lose the next turret. They have to match. They have to match. So now we're just back to these lanes and we're locked. We're locked in this. I mean, we can't fight, man. Like, I don't know what these guys are doing. Like, we need to make sure we at least take it like a reasonable fight. Like, they're clearly in the river. The Leo's move it over. She doesn't think that she's gonna get caught, but I mean, Viper knows. Great. This is so suffocating. And Ivern's dropping more and more camps. Dragon's coming up in 3 seconds. They don't have ultis. Oh no, their ultis are already back up. Holy shit. Their ultis are already back up. So you have to give the drag. Why is Leo opening bot? Actually, this is fine. Leo's like already bought. I think it's very obvious they're going to do the drag, so I don't think you actually need to ward it. And I think the Leo should already be shifting upwards to Zeus. And you need to do an Ivern, Leona, Aatrox play on Gnar, and pray to God you kill him. Because there's no TP on Aurora. They have to do that. They must do that. If they stay bot and do nothing and play for this blue, yeah, I mean, like, they're going to lose it. They're not going to get anything done here. They're going to have no cross-map play. And that's it. I mean, this is the first time Kana's like had like a really good opportunity to actually do something. So I don't really agree going electrocute and then you're building bruiser. That seems really stupid. I don't like that. And even after they didn't recover top, now we're stuck here mid. But what's the Leo gonna do? I mean, are they gonna pull on the Varus and get his cleanse? Okay, but like we don't have like ways basing. So I mean, like the only thing you could argue is that like maybe like you could expect Skarner's not on the map here. So on the next wave, maybe you could try, but of course if Skarner shows up, then it could just be awful. So we're doing no plays onto the Aatrox. The Braum comes first. We do actually end up answering late, which is nice. I mean, the Skarner at this point could have just kept straight shooting top, by the way. Like, he could have straight shot top. And he could have been involved in this. They TP'd Wei, so now we have no TP on Wei.
That's actually huge as well, but they're gonna look for Khalees.
Yeah, ulti comes through from Zeka here as Khalees taking a fair bit of damage, but
It's a good dodge. I mean, he didn't lose his flash in the end, which is really good. Though, Zeka easily could have just pushed out bot with 6 grubs and started hitting the turret, which also would have been an issue. He literally steals the fucking Herald, of course. Of course. I mean, these guys gave up on this Herald play, by the way. Oh my gosh. I just can't believe they just let him do that. Can't believe they let him do that. So now they're going through Sign to protect the way, so he can play the game forward and have a push to move. But again, like, they're never gonna kill Aurora with these champs, probably. So like eventually, like, they will just have to leave. Like, the mid priority will come through, and then they'll shift over, and that's it. So now we're finally making a play on the Gnar. Now they're actually finally doing it. But it's too late. Like, they needed to be doing this sooner, before the priority's set. And since they didn't do it before the, like, team was able to set up on getting their pushes, right? They're, like, players literally set up to do shit. Now this place is bad. Because now, this is like technically we should be defending, right? So... I mean, like... Vladdy, like, flashed so late. And he dies, and they have 6 grubs, so they're gonna kill it. They do kill Gnar, which is good. And they lose another drag. And it's interesting, because, you know, a lot of teams, there will be teams that will get this pick, and they'll kill this because they have 6 grubs, right? And they're definitely strong enough to keep going. But the obnoxious thing is that HLE bases, and so because they base here, it means they're back on the map to contest all of this before them again. So, yeah, they could have taken this, and then maybe they could play for this later down the line. But if you always take your base quickly after getting picks, after using ultis, then you get then you have initiative on the next round. And it's just very obnoxious. So there's no ideal vision gained by KC. The vision they placed on the Otacon is kind of awful. I mean, it's like heavily imposed there. And if I was HLE, 4 minutes till Baron, I would just peel out. Like, I mean, technically they could just peel out the inner turrets instead of doing Otacon, which has its risks. Like, this is like, if they pull Otacon, like, this is the fight that KC has to take. They must take this. Ana doing the red.
And when Dandy's talking about ducks, that's when you know
that's real.
That's scary. Things are really looking dire for the players here.
I mean, cool, we got it. This is why they're starting the Otacon, because like we just wasted all this time to do the red versus like seeing if they're gonna do the Otacon and we can actually contest them and maybe kill them or something. Because if you notice, look how much like work Ezreal's getting done here because they're on this objective. It's really good. It's just Aatrox is not involved, Ezreal's not involved sooner, and now the opportunity is gone. I mean, I don't know, man. They're just literally just gonna drag soul them. This really is exactly how I imagined it. It's exactly how I imagined it. I mean, look at the Ivern. The Ivern's now down 60 CS. When this pick is behind, it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, he's good with the gold, but with like low econ, but still you need to do camps. I mean, we finally get a look. The Aatrox is in a fine position. I mean, like I said, they have better kite back. Like, you could try to initiate, but they have good kite back, and they're ahead. So they just have to hold their position and wait for you to do shit, and they can win. Still can't believe this guy built Bruiser with Electrocute. So Drangsel for the team. I mean, it's okay. I mean, like, I'm not gonna blame Targ there, because, like, Targ at this point, what do you do? I mean, like, when your comp is, like, behind and you're playing way Ivern, like, there's just nothing going for it. There really isn't. If you at least had Victor, you could actually play the fight slower and have a legit condition to like win later with. Because Victor could clean this game, despite the comp not being the most ideal. Hilarious. Hilarious. That's the game. Okay, so MVP. MVP of this game, it's Zeka. I think his mid priority and what he had going for him was just, it just really shut this game down real quick. Worst player game, unfortunately, it is Vladdy. Unfortunate. It is Vladdy. Kalis did not have a great game. I mean, like, if you want to say it's okay, good, I think that's fine. But it was not a great game. This was not ideal. He was fine. Like, I mean, for like what the matchup was, like, he was fine. Again, for Targ, it was like fine. Like, it was not the worst. Good, good, super good, really good, like, good, okay. Like, that was pretty much how it went. And I mean, I hope KC wakes up for the next game because they need a better draft and they need to like just be ready to to realize like how dire situations are if you just let these small leads keep building up. Because if you can't cross map at all, if you're not thinking about cross mapping and like staying ahead of like what the next play is, you're just down like the play, and the plays are like 1 or 2 minutes, and HLE are just gonna run you.